All right, so what we're doing today, you guys can all have a number, right? Everyone has a number? Hey, up here. Let's get started. Eyes on me, please. All right. So, everyone has a number, right? Okay, so that's where you're going to go when I'm done talking to you. You're going to go your number, and then I'm going to walk around and get you markers. The first thing we're going to do is that first question. If you look at these, when I say question 1, guess what? It's the first question, right? Question 2 is a system of equations. Question 3 is a system of inequalities. And this last question, that's going to be our exit ticket out the door. And hopefully we'll have enough time to get to it and go over it. But if not, well, first thing tomorrow in class, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over this last question. We're going to start with this first question. When you guys get a marker and you're at your appropriate board spot, I want you to graph this line. Where's my first point going to be when I graph this line? It's the y-intercept, so it's on which axis? The y-axis, right? So you plot that point, and then you apply the slope. The slope is the number in front of x. What if there's no number in front of x? What is the slope? 1 over 1, right? Up 1 over 1. All right. This is our plan for the week. I know I said we're going to be here Wednesdays. Last week it was Thursday. Today it's Monday. But we're having a test on, yes, I will. We're having a test on Thursday. So, and Mr. Hansen wasn't using it today, so I thought this would be a good time to review graphing. We need some help with the graphing. I remember last time everyone just looked at the whiteboard when we started graphing a line. We're going to be better today, right? Remember how to do this from last time? No. What I'm going to need from you guys, though, is to follow my instructions. Exactly. If I say erase your whiteboards, please do that quickly so we can get through what we need to get through. If you're struggling with one of these questions, don't erase your whiteboard. Continue on that question. These are not the only problems we're going to do today. Guys, up here, pay attention. I want you to know exactly what to do when we get started. We're going to do a couple problems in between each of these. And those are going to be on this projector, which has a new bulb. Hopefully it works for the entire class period. We'll see. And so tomorrow and Wednesday will be review. What I need you guys to bring to class tomorrow is 2.6 and 2.5 from the pet sitter assignments. Okay? Because those are going to be our review. And then we'll have one more assignment for review. That's what we'll be doing for the next 2 days. We're going to test. And then on Friday, we're going to be in the computer lab, and you're going to need to bring everything, 2.1 through 6. We're going to staple them all together, and you're going to turn them in as one giant packet. So if you don't know where they are, look for them this week. If you need a new copy, where can you get them? Not Khan Academy, from the Google Classroom, right? No. You can print those off. Later on this week, we're going to have print capabilities from the Math Tech Lab. I just talked to Mr. Gilmore. He's like, I don't know why it wasn't like that originally, but we're going to be able to print from the Math Tech Lab. So worst case on Friday, if you haven't gotten to one of the computer labs after school, you can print them off on Friday from the Google Classroom. Any questions about this week? No. So what are you going to do if you graph this really quickly?
Show you.
Help.
Show me.
Chill out.
Xavier, say that again really loud.
Chill out. Help.
You're going to help. You're going to help. Help other people, okay?
Yep, okay.
All right, so get to your numbers and I'll pass out markers and start graphing this first question. We're going to be in the computer lab Friday.
Yeah.
All right, marker.
I want blue.
Marker.
Hey!
All right, ladies, don't stop being in the seats until a couple minutes before the bell rings. You only need a marker. You should not have your cell phones.
My mind feeling what mine feel.
Are we graphing?
All right, so start graphing the line. Come to the first one. 2 people, yeah.
I don't know, is it?
Do my little chat.
Gabriel.
I'm without my
Alright, there, you got choices, 19, 18, and 16.
Sorry,
Bro.
was that your phone?
No, it's my phone.
Yes, it is, good job.
Sorry.
No, don't. Keep on.
Don't it?
Yeah.
Can I do it, erase it? Can I erase it?
No, don't erase them once you're done. Okay, you're good though. So where are you starting this graph? What axis?
Wait, is this
Fries on over here. Okay?
I left my paper.
Leave your fries. You can go pick at them occasionally when you're done with problems, okay? Yes, good. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Everyone's getting some good graphs here.
Oh my
Where do you guys start?
I don't know.
The y-axis, right? What does the question say? This is for me. Y-axis. Which one's the y-axis? Yeah. So if it says +1, start at 1 and y-axis and draw that. Huh? You leave it there and you can pick it up and grab it. All right, we got good graphs here. If you're done, help somebody out. Help find slope. Slope is negative, right? So you go down to 2. So you went down. Don't forget that this is a drum. All right, Kyron, redraw that. We're going to use this graph. Okay?
1, 2, 1.
All right, how you guys doing over here? So you start at +1, right? Right here? Oh yeah, good job. You got it. You got it. So we're starting at +1. And then -2 is our slope, so we go, yeah, you got it. You got it. All right. You guys are all stars. Everything looks great here. Tyler, can you help Tristan? Fiona, can you help? Oh, you got it? That's it? All right, so what method is that we just did? What is that called? Oh, guys, please pay attention.
Graphing.
Graphing. What kind of graphing? What form is the equation in? Slope, intercept form, right? What if, now don't erase your graphs. We're going to have another equation here. What if I add this equation?
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
All right, everyone look on the board. So write this down. Don't erase your graphs. 2x plus 3y equals 6. We're going to graph this line using x and y intercepts. So write this down on your whiteboard. 2x plus 3y equals 6. And I'm going to do one of these for you. Paulina, what are you missing from that equation? Oh, this one here. Forgot about our other friends, right? All right. How can I find the y-intercept? What can I do to find the y-intercept?
Take away 2x.
Not necessarily. That would get me into slope-intercept form. All right, guys, please pay attention. It's going to be a mix of working on your own and paying attention to me. So when I'm talking, please pay attention. So if I want to find the x-intercept, that's where the line is hitting which axis? Anybody? The x-intercept. It's hitting the x-axis, right? What is the value when it hits the x-axis of y? Are we going up or down? No. Yeah, it's 0. So if I want to find the x-intercept, I have a 0 for y. Now if I know that there's a 0 for y, I could plug that into the equation and figure out what the x-intercept is. So 0 for y here. So it would be 2x plus 3 times 0 equals 6. 2x equals 6. Divide by 2. X equals 3. X doesn't always equal 3. Only equals 3 when y is 0. So then I have my coordinate plane. This already has your graph on it. We're using the same coordinate plane.
That's the straightest line I've ever seen.
This point, 3, 0, I go to 3 for x, 0 for y. Now what I want you guys to do is do that for The y-intercept. What happens when you plug in 0 for x? What is y? And then graph that line, and then we're going to figure out where these two lines intersect. So you're going to plug in 0 for x this time. Up here I have 0 for y. So we're graphing lines two different ways here.
V.
Everyone looks like they're confused.
D.
Hey, I called him
Raise your hand if
first.
you're confused what to do.
Oh shit, no way. Hey, I called
Look.
him first.
All right. Ask your neighbor. So not a lot of people are confused, but you should already
You got
have
a charger?
plotted.
Yeah, I was like, you charge that.
I don't have a charger.
So you've got. So you guys are confused over here, right?
I
All
like
right.
please.
So what?
No.
What I did is I plugged
You
in
look
0
up.
for y, right?
Tell me
And it
straight.
gave me. All right, that's it. All right, here. This is what I was doing.
Just look fine.
Bloop, 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 bloop. V.
I plug in 0 for y.
Bam.
I'm trying to look at the board though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So what happens when there's a 0
It
for
really
x?
doesn't.
How many fights?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's not like
And
crazy.
you have another point on this axis.
It's a fancy.
Does that make a little sense now?
How's it feel? Still tasting good?
Just make sure you set up.
D.
And then we're gonna find one more point, right?
Okay. No, it's school.
So if we got 3, 0.
You know what I mean?
What happens when 0 for x?
They think love me.
So anyone need to know?
That's not.
All right. Looking good, looking good.
V.
All right, help. If you guys have this, please help out your neighbor. All right.
You got a charger?
No.
Oh, I see how it is.
No, I really don't. My phone's about to die too. So what did I do here though? I plugged. So we're looking for 2 points, right? I've got 3, 0. Here I have 0 for x now. So you plug in the 0. So you get 2, 2, 0, plus 3. 6, right? Now we can solve for y, right? And then the number will go right there. And it takes 2 points to define a line, so we can plot these 2 points and have a line between them. So you figured out what the x-intercept is by plugging in 0 for y. Now finding what the y-intercept is by plugging in 0 for x.
Leave them alone.
Leave him. Leave him.
Yes, you did. I want to know you understand.
Yes, the one on the same graph though. Same graph. We have one coordinate plane we're working with here.
Oh, no,
Is this right?
Think so.
Yes, so now plot those 2 points.
I erased it.
All right.
Did I get it?
Don't erase anything unless I say to.
I already erased it.
Yes.
Hold up.
Yes. Whoa. All right. Don't move on to the next problem either. So, how many points does it take to define a line? 2. We have 2 points now, right? X and Y intercept. You plot those 2 points individually and connect them, we have another line, right? And we have 2 graphs, 2 lines, 2 equations on one coordinate plane. There's a solution to that system, right? And that's where they intersect. So if you guys were doing all right with this, now you can erase your board and work on number 2. We want to find the solution. So your answer to number 2 should look like this, with a number here and a number here. So you're going to graph the 2 equations on number 2 on the same coordinate plane. And where they intersect is our solution. Yes, when China gets back.
So I can erase it.
Yeah, and work on number 2. So first thing you're doing is writing the question down.
Ow. No, you're not.
Okay. Focus on the problems at hand here. Don't worry about all the time.
You got grab it too? Boom.
Alright, start by writing down the problems and draw your coordinate plane. Yes, you're gonna grab both of them, right? Start at -4.
Why are you copying me?
Yeah,
Yeah, you got this.
You copying me.
And I want you to estimate where they intersect.
Yeah, sure. Mine's big. Someone's mine.
Yeah, just you're not going to this one.
Dice? Oh, well. Be a camera guy. I'm scared, Swag.
My back? Nothing, no.
Dude, it's all attack and back.
That's okay.
That's
Alright, so who needs help here? Alright,
Alright.
where do we start when we're graphing a line? So think about these individually first, that might make it easier. So the first line you start at -4, right? And then you apply the slope. So your first
Oh my
line,
goodness. Feel bad for me.
Yeah.
wait a second. -4.
Here, keep going.
It's okay.
Oh man, what? Oh, I know it's sloppy now.
Alright, so take your time, you're graphing 2 lines on 1 coordinate plane.
I'm sorry.
Where does the first line start? Where does every line start that you graph? On the y-axis. Good job, good job. So, start with this line, you start at -4, right?
There you go. It's good.
Then you apply the slope.
It's like Monte Valley or something.
Where does this line start?
Try to draw Monte Valley sideways.
Right? And then you apply the slope of 3 over 1. So do that for the second.
Make up little.
Alright,
Right?
Oh, I thought.
yes, now estimate the answer. Remember, a solution looks like that on the board there. Ordered pair. You can estimate where that is.
Oh shit.
It'd be like 1.5, 0.5. Yeah, you guys are gonna start, right? Very nice. Use the 4, right?
I'm saying it.
Negative ones can count.
Go all the way around.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this.
There you go.
3 over
Oh, you're doing that. This is the first one. You're doing that. Like 3.5.
was right. Yeah. Draw the line. Now, where do you start? Yeah.
Oh shit, so chill.
Yeah. Yes. Guys, where's your graphs? Alright, so estimate where they're intersecting. Estimate where that point is. That's good, right?
Oh,
So where would that be about? That'd be like a 1.1 here.
You have 0.
So this is good, but to get the right answer. Wait.
My marker's gone. There you go to the
Mr.
Big.
Oh, this guy
everything here?
What?
Oh my God,
No, the
Mr.
answer
B is
is
only
right
one person. Oh,
I have
okay.
estimated what that is.
Oh, okay.
Say Philip Jr.
Okay.
1.5.
See that?
So,
Just start with
Ah,
No, is that it? Yeah, we do the next one. So,
yeah.
I love you.
I do the next one.
Just text.
Alright, so these answers look good,
Can we move on?
except no one is writing down what the answer should look like. So our solution is where they intersect, right?
Okay.
Everyone agrees with me, right? The solution is where they intersect.
No.
No. Yeah, it's good.
So they're intersecting, you start at -4. You go up 3 and over 1. All right, if I'm talking, please pay attention.
Yes, sir.
If I'm talking, please pay attention.
Yes, sir.
So before you start drawing the next line, what I want you to do is draw this line so you don't get your dots confused. Ignore that, that's from the previous question. So that is the graph of the first line, right? The next equation, the y-intercept is 1, because it says +1 at the end. So we're starting right here. And the slope is -1, so I'm going down 1 and over 1. So the intersection is right around 1 for x. So I would say this is the solution, right here where they intersect. So my answer, I would estimate maybe 1.1 for x, -0.1 for y or something. Now this is your answer. So on Thursday, I want to see the ordered pair listed, okay? We're going to do one more of these.
Oh, they're small.
Okay, so follow the equation that I'm writing on the overhead here.
Oh,
Can I erase this for you?
Oh yes, please erase what you got now, and we're going to work on this next equation.
yes, sir. Okay, I'm done.
All right, there is our next system. So we're going to see graphs and then a solution where they intersect. Once you guys have this right, you can move on to number 3. Added inequality into the mix.
Okay, we're ready. Let's go.
Hey guys.
Put in place. Let's start this up. So you're writing y equals 2x minus 3.
Mr. B, was mine right?
Nice.
Yeah, after potato, right?
Mr. B, was mine right?
Yeah, good job. We're doing one more of these. Come on, ladies. Should have coordinate planes by now.
Mr. B.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
This is not what we're working. We're working on the one on the over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Give me a
No, we're getting more erasers. This room is a room in practice. You need a eraser, right? It's a negative. No, I gotta share. But this, next time we're in here, we will have another whiteboard and we'll have more erasers.
Mr. B.
Oh my
Here, you can
god.
erase too.
Just kidding.
Why did you do that?
All right, Diana. You know what to do? Looking good, looking good. Mata, where's your graph? All right, gentlemen over here, what do you got so far?
I'm thinking.
All right, where does this first line start?
What are you guys talking about?
-3, right? So plot that point first. What do you do after that? Go up to number 1, right?
Mr. B.
Yeah.
Stop touching her.
Wait, you guys have to finish.
Sweet.
What is this point? What is my y value here? 0, right? Oh yeah. Looking good, looking good. If you guys are finished, you can move on to the third question. All right.
Keep on throwing your stuff. Keep on throwing.
What's going on here? Are you doing the second? This one starts at -3, right? So it should be-
It's always been true.
Where do you start? What do I do to graph this? Where do you start? Get out of here. Ignore this.
No, 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 no,
Always start with this. Hey, -1. Where do you start on this line? Yes. Just a big. What is this? Yeah, -2, right? Alright, where do you start? No, yes.
Cool, I'm gonna race him.
What is that two?
Like an E.
Go to 1, 2.
No,
You go down 1. You go there.
What? This one.
No,
Make sure you're ready. That's one. No.
You go down 1.
Always go
Yeah.
back. And then what is this negative one?
What is with you and that? Oh,
I know, I love it.
Yes, good job. Alright, looking good. Alright, you guys are doing great here. Ladies in the back.
Ladies.
Alright, what you guys do, take a break for a second, follow along up here. Some people moved on to the next question. What do we have on this next question that we haven't had yet?
Less than or equal to.
Less than, and what is that called? Starts with an I, ends with
Inequality.
inequality. So if I have these two signs, what kind of a line do I have?
It's a line.
Is it dashed or is it solid?
A solid.
Wait, if it's these two?
Dash.
dude, I'm gonna do my paper.
Alright guys, pay attention up here please. This is a great room. We could get a lot of learning done here, but you guys have to follow the rules and listen up when I'm talking. I'm saying things for a purpose. So that means if I have this sign or this sign, I have a solid line. If we have the inequality, y is greater than 2x plus 1. What I want you to do first, pretend that this is an equal sign and graph the boundary line. So if I'm graphing this, I'm starting at positive 1. My slope is 2, so I go up 2 and over 1. And then before I draw the line, though, I have to decide if it's dashed or solid. And this is dashed. So that would look like that. Now I have to shade one of these sides, right? Because half are solutions, half are not. How do I check to see which side I shade? What point am I going to test?
Multiplied by 0.
0, 0, right? So I want to see if this is a solution. If this is a solution, that means that's the side that's solutions, right? If it's not a solution, the other side is solutions. So to see if it's a solution, I need to plug this point into the inequality. So I would have 0 is greater than 2, it's 0 for x, plus 1. And that leaves me with 0 is greater than 1. Is that a true statement? No. That means that 0, 0 is not a solution, so the shading is on the other side. With an inequality, if there's another equation involved, say the equation of the line, it looks like this. My y-intercept is up here. I applied my slope. It's a solid line because I have one of these signs. I would plug in 0, 0 again, and let's say that became true. So this time I'm shading this side. The solution to a system of inequality, it's not an ordered pair, because there's infinite amount of solutions. Because with a system of equation, it's where they intersect, right? The overlap of two lines. Does that make sense? Yes, Mr. Reed. That makes sense, right? The solution is where they intersect. So we're talking about where do these inequality graphs intersect? It's the part that is shaded by both questions here. So this would be the answer, just this area. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so I want you guys to do number 3. And when you get that right, call me over, and you can start working on the final question.
Which side to be?
Is that true?
Nope.
0 is greater than -3, so that's true. That means you're shading yourself. Yeah. Then you do the same thing to that, and you want to find the overlapping graphs. Yeah.
Is that right?
Oh no, I just rubbed the.
Philip, get up.
My
Wait, get up. Light your feet hurt too.
I got,
Power through it.
I
You can
got,
do it.
what you call it stuff?
Cramps.
Oh, yeah.
Ramble.
So write down the third question, all right? Start with that and start graphing the boundary lines. Then I'll come back, okay?
Yes, sir.
You guys are good at graphing now. You guys are very. All right, what do we got here?
Same.
That's this side shape. What about this one?
Or to make feel like.
So then what is the solution? What's the answer?
So just kidding.